Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Broken Sword 5, the Serpent's Curse. Let's continue. So, we came here, and as far as it seems, I can just leave, because there's kind of nothing to do here, it seems. We'll talk to Moo, we'll talk to Nevet, and see if they have anything to say.
Please, monsieur, I'm a little busy.
Inspector Nave, may I ask you some questions?
You must wait, monsieur. I am extremely busy.
Sure, you can wait.
So, these two are still trying to investigate the pizza stain. Lene here has told us that...
Stobbart. Monsieur Stobbart, you will not leave until this is over. Understood?
But I just need to...
This is a reconstruction. You will remain here until I have concluded my investigations. Do I make myself clear?
Okay, okay, clear.
So, I
considered
can't...
making a run for it, but forcing Moo to chase me would have been cruel. And it would have been silly to risk my investigation. Better to play along with Nave and get the reconstruction over as quickly as possible.
But here's the problem. This reconstruction's never gonna happen. Like, they're waiting for the priest to show up.
Monsieur Stobbart, please remain within the main gallery.
There's a plug here I can
That was where
interact with.
used to hang.
So if we just pull the plug on the
If I pulled the
device.
plug out, I'd just get Nave even more worked up. I decided to bide my time and wait for the right moment.
Paperclip with the plug?
That wasn't worth trying.
Whiskey with the plug?
That was almost a great idea. Almost. That was where La Malediccio used to hang. Challenging and experimental, like the 85K price tag. Nave's machine was plugged in. The bust stared haughtily at me. I wondered who it was modeled on.
So was there something perhaps I missed as far as a conversation with Lene? Because otherwise I'm just stuck here and maybe I'd have to look at the hint or call
Can I ask
Nico.
you something else? If you must.
Let's see. About the machine, I guess.
What does it do?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Is Nave a good detective, you think?
He's as good a detective as I am a dancer.
We can see the Eiffel
You
Tower
light on your
back
feet,
here.
Lane?
Do I look like I am?
I still feel like he's way too fat considering every single other man we've seen in this game is extremely thin. Like, it seems just out of place and kind of cruel.
Changed your opinion of Moo yet?
Who?
Moo.
Who?
Never mind. Is there anything else you're not telling me, Mr. Lane?
Get lost.
Okay, thanks.
So that's a real non-starter. So the only thing I can imagine is possibly calling Nico. So let's see what happens here. Well, apparently nothing happens here. I can call my boss, but I can't call Nico.
Mr. Rickenbacker, I've got some new information.
You better have some good news, Stobbart.
I absolutely do.
Go on then, impress me.
I went to visit Medovsky, the owner of the painting, and Vera's security.
Go on.
I found some paperwork that proves Medovsky stole his own painting.
Great work. But we're gonna need more. You have to find the painting.
The artist restoring the painting claims there's a provenance that proves Medovsky is the owner.
Why do I sense some doubt here?
Take one guess who signed off on it.
I give up.
Hector Lane, the art critic responsible for the exhibition.
Oh, this gets better and better. Go and speak to Lane. Get a look-see at that provenance yourself.
I spoke with Lane. He says the provenance for the painting is in the gallery safe.
Good work, Stobbart.
Apparently, Bijou has the key. Though, when I talked to her earlier, she said she wasn't involved with the gallery.
You need to take a look at that provenance.
I'm gonna go find out why she lied.
Get round there, Stobbart. See if you can get the key to the safe, too.
So that was a very long hint as far as what we're supposed to do. No reason to call Vieira security. No reason to call Waterloo Motors. And I simply cannot call Nico. So unless I'm supposed to use the nail clippers on the plug.
That was never gonna work.
Is there something somewhere that I'm missing? Like, I don't have an interaction indicator for the machine at all. Alright, so I'm gonna have to just ask for a hint because I can't get out of this room. I can't call Nico. And these guys don't seem like they're ever gonna do anything. Hint. Nevi won't let me leave the gallery. What should I do? You need to finish the reconstruction. Perhaps you can fix the machine for him. Alright. How can we fix the machine? Paperclip.
I had to hurry up and get out of there, not waste time discussing everything I ever picked up.
So, nail clippers to move.
I had to hurry up and get out of there.
The toilet to
I had to
move.
hurry up and get out.
And we're getting very general responses to.
I didn't want to waste.
Let's look at
It was
move.
a strange-looking machine.
Oh, there we have the machine. Just barely in between here. It's a little pixel hunt.
It was pointless trying to get a closer look at the machine while Navet and Moo were tinkering with it. It was a strange-looking machine.
So, paperclip machine.
I needed a better idea.
Whiskey machine.
That was never going to happen.
Are we gonna bug the machine
That wouldn't work.
with the cockroach shred leather machine?
That wasn't worth trying.
Safety matches with the machine.
Nope. I needed to try something else.
Nail clippers with the machine.
That was never going to happen. Excuse me.
Let's see if we can talk to him now, maybe.
Not now.
I'm back to hints. I have no clue. Talk to Navette and ask him about the machine to suggest that you could fix it. Has that been an option?
Inspector Nave.
Oh, apparently I could have talked to him. Or at least now I can.
Have you been a detective long?
Long enough, monsieur?
You've solved a lot of crimes, I guess.
More than you have had hot dinners?
Considering how
I've had a lot of hot
Nave
dinners, Inspector.
thinks George
How
is
many?
a criminal, there's no
Precisely
reason
how
why
many
he'd
hot
let
dinners have
him
you
mess
had,
with the
monsieur?
machine.
I don't know. Thousands?
You prove my point for me, monsieur. Precision and accuracy are everything.
You truly are a unique and amazing man, Inspector Nave.
Well, I'm glad you are impressed.
Talk about the machine.
What
then.
seems to be the problem?
That's a
Stobbart,
long
if
bump.
Paris' finest cannot get this very expensive and very complex machine to work, then I doubt if an insurance salesman can.
I'm an insurance assessor, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, la-di-da to you, monsieur.
Oh, yeah? Well, la-di-da to you back.
Whatever. You are neither qualified nor clever enough to operate such an instrument.
Like us.
What was that, Moo?
I said, unlike us, sir.
Seriously?
I was sure I could get the machine to work if I could just get Nave out of the way.
And see, that didn't even help. This is a ridiculous puzzle. There's no hints pointing at us to it, except for the hints in the hint system. How are we on the character gallery, by the way? Let's think about this. There's 4 pages, and we've gotten 2 of them done. And the 4th page only has 3 people on it. So we are close to halfway through meeting people.
It was pointless trying to get a closer look at the machine while Nave and Moo were tinkering with it.
Well, maybe we can talk to Moo now and get him to let us
Excuse
work
me.
on the machine.
Not now.
No, so I've got to convince him to let me work on the machine
Inspector
again.
Nave. Maybe if I just have a quick look? Perhaps you just can't see the wood for the trees.
How ridiculous. Everybody knows trees are made out of wood.
I mean, you might just not be able to see what is obvious.
What is obvious, Monsieur Stobbart, is that I am not stupid.
Nor are you made of wood, Inspector.
Exactly. Now, please leave this to the experts.
You must be the top dog around here.
Yes, I am the top dog.
How about Top Banana? You the top banana too?
Kindly cease your babble and let me concentrate.
Just asking.
Monsieur Stobbart, if you continue to hassle me, I will arrest you where you stand.
I decided to drop it for now.
And I don't even have my inventory coming up. Let's try whiskey to
I
Nave.
didn't want to waste time talking about everything in my pockets. I was going to talk about that, but then I remembered I had a lot to do.
Maybe a cockroach will get
I
rid of
was
him?
going to talk about that, but then I remembered I had a lot to do.
We have, like,
I had to
nothing
hurry up
going
and get
on.
out of there, not waste time discussing everything I ever picked up. I didn't want to waste time talking about everything in my pockets.
This is ridiculous.
Inspector Nave,
I'm gonna have to use a hint again.
can I just...
Go away.
Like, the game is giving me no clues. So back to the hints. Nave isn't let me touch the machine. What should I do? Need to get Nave away from the machine. Think about how you can distract him. The wire leading away from the machine. Where can you get Nave away from the machine? We can unplug it. Yeah, we weren't allowed to unplug it before. We had to talk, then unplug it. This is a terrible way to lay out this puzzle, because it requires you to do unconnected actions. So now that it's unplugged, maybe I can talk to him and
Inspector Nave. I know this sounds obvious, but are you sure it's plugged in?
Monsieur Stobbart, do you really think I would be so stupid as to not check the fundamentals?
We all make mistakes.
What a ridiculous generalization, monsieur. Look, I can see from here. It's... Ah,
Do you need assistance, sir?
very funny. Mo. One moment.
That got rid of him. Now is my chance.
Quick, let me fix this thing for them. Alright,
I was going to have to figure that out quickly.
let's see. Let's hit this. This. This is a inner interactive puzzle. Is everything supposed to be on red, or is everything supposed to be on green? There we go.
Time to get the show on the road.
A simple enough puzzle. Could get frustrated with that, but I'm way more frustrated with the puzzle to get to that
I
puzzle.
knew I would get it working.
I'm not sure that you...
Precisely.
It's another
You
one of
knew
these
my
elements that could have been
superior
left
intellect
out.
would win through in the end.
Maybe a stretch goal.
Sir, I beg your pardon, but I think there is a teeny snag.
Go on.
We have no victim.
Good God, Moo. Are you suggesting I kill someone for the sake of this reenactment?
No, sir.
Why is the dialogue
need a
moving,
body, sir.
though? That's just stupid.
Ah,
It should
yes.
be
I see.
find your
You'll
place
make a detective yet.
and make it stationary,
Of
even
course,
if the
for
character
sure.
moves
And I
along.
nominate you.
Me? Well, I'm not dead.
Have you ever acted, Monsieur Stobbart?
Well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I went down a storm playing the lead in Cat on a Felt-Tip Roof last summer.
You played the cat?
No.
So, not the lead. Half-truths again, monsieur. Nevertheless, here is your chance to play a real lead role.
But he looks nothing like the victim, sir.
Oh, damn it, Moo. Must you find problems all the time? Let me think of a way to make this work.
Relying on Nave's problem-solving skills could mean a long, long wait. I had to find something to make me more like Henri. I'll have a look around. Maybe I'll find something.
This is
Yes,
ridiculous.
you do that. Verisimilitude is the key, Stobbart.
This is completely and totally ridiculous. There's Nico arriving. Look how she touched the door and
you
then
have
it
arrived
just
at last.
swung by itself. And then the door closes by itself.
Please, make yourselves comfortable. We are just making some last-minute adjustments.
Father Simeon, Nico.
Hi, George.
Welcome to the asylum.
Let me guess. Nave is overjoyed we've solved the case and he's putting us up for an award.
Not quite. I told him about Shears and Medovsky. He says it's fantasy.
But that's crazy.
Tell me about it.
So what do we do now?
Carry on anyway, and nail Medovsky.
What about Nave?
Ignore him.
And this charade?
The reconstruction? Well, sooner it starts, sooner it's over.
George, what on earth is that machine?
It's Nave's baby. Supposedly, it's going to analyze the crime scene and tell us what happened.
But we already know what happened.
Sure we do, but Nave doesn't.
Quiet, please! How can I concentrate with all this racket going on?
Lane was right. Nave was an idiot.
So, if you see a door swing open by itself and swing closed, and she just touched the handle, that implies to me that at the very least there is no physics system being used to animate the doors opening and closing. And I imagine this engine, which is Revolution Software's internal engine, just doesn't have a physics system at all. So if you wanted, for example, a ball to roll across the floor, instead of a engine and a system calculating what that would look like and how that would work, you would have to hand animate it, all of it. it's not necessary that every single game does have a physics system, but it does start to question why not use something like Unity or Unreal to make a game like this, because they already do. And frankly, having your own engine these days is not worth it, in my opinion at least. Now, Ubisoft and EA will try to use their own internal systems, but those are very big AAA game developers, and frankly, even when they do use their own engines, it doesn't work as well as I think it could. You only have to look at something like Mass Effect Andromeda to see how things can go wrong, even with your own engine.
A battered sofa.
Alright. So where am I going to find some clothes? In the junk?
Some of the stuff must have been collecting dust since the 70s. Yeah, it was certainly nothing of any use. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache.
So where am I supposed to
desk
find
was covered with Henri's junk,
his
and
stuff?
none of it was of any use.
I mean, we can do the fig leaf.
I opened the compartment again. It was a battered sofa.
What's funny is there's actually something under the sofa.
The window looked out on the street. Outside, it was quiet.
It's a shame you can't just crawl out the window. Telephone.
The phone was vintage. Henri's guitar. Poor man would never play it again.
There's literally nothing in here.
cc Type 2 VW camper, painted in hippie colors. It was a statue of Henri. On the head of the statue was a pair of Henri's glasses. Maybe, just maybe, the glasses would make me look like Henri.
So we'll take the glasses. And then...
It was a statue of Henri bearing almost everything. A strategically placed fig leaf protected his modesty.
Is there something else? Some tiny pixel around this area
Empty bottles.
that would give me, I don't know, a shirt, a coat, something that would make me look more like Henri, whatever. Well, best as I can figure, the answer to that is no, so maybe it's just the glasses that I needed. So let's hand the glasses over to this guy.
I found these glasses of Henri's.
Stole or found? Never mind. That might just do it.
Let's get
Come
this
on,
over
everyone,
with. This was
into
an incredible
position.
waste of
I want
time,
everyone to stand precisely where
both
they were
in the
when
storyline
victim
and in the
died.
gameplay.
This process is ridiculous.
God moves in mysterious ways, Father.
Am I actually going to see something?
And the devil makes work for idle hands, Mr. Stobbart.
And look, this looks 2D animated more than 3D.
Stobbart, you are supposed to be dead. Please be dead more quietly.
I tried to tell Navet the truth about his bloodstain.
Didn't he believe you? You're a man of God.
His faith is in science, Mr. Stobbart, not God.
What was Henry saying? I'd like to get on the bus? Maybe there's something on the model bus. Let's talk to Simeon, I guess.
Father?
Yes, my son.
I guess we need to do all of this.
Monsieur Stubble,
Yes, Inspector?
you are fiddling.
I just wanted to show Father Simeon.
Well, don't. You are supposed to be dead. The dead
So,
do not
I
move.
can't show
They do
anything
not
to Simeon.
talk, and they certainly do not fiddle. So, please, stay in character. Important science is occurring.
Nave wasn't going to let me show the priest anything, but that wouldn't stop me talking to him.
So, again, we've seen in this game, they can make it so you don't have the option to use any of these items. And yet, they've chosen to tease you with the opportunity to use these items and just find out that it won't work. Tell me about the
You
Gnostics.
keep talking about the Gnostics. Who are they?
They are a cult, a warped branch of Christianity that reveres Lucifer as equal to, or perhaps greater than, God.
I can see how that might trouble the Vatican.
The Vatican is the least of your worries. Please be quiet.
Last time we met, you said the stolen painting was evil.
Let me explain. I'm a Dominican, Mr. Stobbart. The Dominican order was founded to seek out and destroy heresy.
Why?
Because heresy is evil.
Okay.
For 1,000 years we have fought against heresy. Indeed, our enemies gave us a nickname, the Hounds of God. Dominicanis, Dominican, you see?
Very clever.
Now this painting, the Benedictio, is without doubt heretical.
Whoa, hold on. How can a painting be heretical?
Because it is filled with Gnostic imagery. And Gnostics are heretics.
What kind of imagery?
Evil imagery. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. Images of false saints, heretical saints.
So you think the painting itself is evil?
It trails murder in its wake, Mr. Stobbart.
And murder is police work, monsieur. Silence, please, both of you.
So, we've got a couple of extra things. Let's ask about the machine in Nove.
Do you think Inspector Nave will ever figure this out?
I'm not sure, although I'm no expert.
Yeah, neither is he by the looks of it. Do you think the machine will give the inspector some insight into Henri's murder?
He will find the answers he seeks, but he asks the wrong questions. This was no ordinary murder.
Alright, let's ask about the Ouroboros.
The Ouroboros. What exactly is it?
It is a Gnostic symbol. It marks something that is hidden. There are trees illustrated within the Ouroboros. They symbolize knowledge. So the Ouroboros alludes to hidden knowledge. The painting must be destroyed to stop this knowledge being revealed.
It's got kind of an Assassin's Creed
Thank you, ladies
vibe.
and gentlemen. That is the first set of results completed. Only 36 more to do. Please remain in position while we reset the machine. You may relax and talk amongst yourselves.
Who are these false saints?
Gnostic saints, not beatified by the church. They question orthodoxy, lure the unwary down dark paths of forbidden knowledge, and condemn innocent souls to the fires of damnation.
You mean like a Black Sabbath album?
So, can I show things to him now?
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
Okay, so now I can show him
Take a look at
things.
this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
How many of these things will he say that to?
Take a look at this, Father.
That That is of no interest to me.
The exact same phrases.
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
Terrible.
Can I interest you in this cookie?
Not right now.
At least that's
If you look
something
closely,
different.
I think you can see the face of Jesus in it.
When the Lord chooses to appear in a biscuit, I can assure you it will not be a rich tea.
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
Take a look at this, Father.
That is of no interest to me.
So, every single thing except for this has the exact same response. And then this will have a different response, or it should at least.
Vade retro satana.
What's the matter?
It is worse than I thought.
What is it? It's just a sketch.
Not just a sketch. The painting.
I wondered if it was something I'd said.
I have to get out of here. Now.
Father Simeon, I forbid you to leave. This is an official investigation.
Don't you understand? The great evil is upon us. The painting
Who's this guy?
is evil. The heretical Gnostics in league with the devil himself.
The devil?
Don't you understand? The tabula veritatis, the tablet of truth. It is real.
Well, well, someone is upset. Pressing your witnesses a little too hard, Inspector Nave?
And you are? This is official police business?
Richard Langham, Interpol, serious art theft.
Interesting.
We spoke on the phone, Inspector.
First time we've seen Interpol in a Broken Sword game.
Yes, sir. You didn't say you would be attending my crime scene.
What exactly is this machine, Inspector?
A little invention of mine, Monsieur Langham. It will compute whose blood this is on the floor, and...
Not to worry, Inspector. Perhaps you could move aside? I'm intrigued to see what you're up to.
Ah, of course. It is rather groundbreaking.
Pizza box. It looks like your suspect was a Hawaiian, Inspector.
A Hawaiian? Mon Dieu. Move! Get on to the Hawaiian embassy straight away. There is a surf killer on the loose. Alert the airports and the surf shops.
Sorry, Inspector. I mean, Hawaiian pizza. Your blood stain is a pizza sauce.
Pizza? Move! You fool! Forget the surf shops. Get on to the Italian embassy. This has mafia written all over it.
Nah, Inspector, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak to your witnesses. And in the meantime, perhaps you should try and get your priest back. Madame Collard, Mr. Stobbart, I assume. Can I buy you chaps a coffee?
Langham sounded a little more on the ball. Maybe he'd bring a dose of common sense to the case.
So, Inspector Nave brought me up to speed and told me about you guys.
I can guess what he said. But what's your interest in the robbery?
I've been tracking a gang of art thieves for some time, and this looked like a good lead.
Who's gonna question
But
who here?
Nave is worse than useless. I was hoping you might be able to help.
We're flattered.
Just doing our jobs.
We all are, or at least trying to. So, maybe we can help each other. I gather you insured the exhibition.
That's right, and we're liable to lose a packet.
Any leads so far?
Maybe. There's a Russian guy called Madovsky who turns out to be the owner of the painting.
Madovsky?
You know him?
Oligarch, oil, art, aluminium. Ex-KGB. Very nasty. You need to be careful. Medovsky's dangerous. He kills anyone who gets in his way.
For a cop, Langham seemed okay. Trouble with doing deals with cops, there's usually a payback down the line. But I figured that'd be a price worth paying to bring down Medovsky. We found evidence that links Medovsky to the company that installed the security at the gallery.
Interesting.
This is gonna be a slow retelling of the game up to this point.
On the day of the robbery.
About the third time they've done it too.
Really?
We
Because
also
skip
found a letter
this
from someone
dialogue.
called Gainin wanting to buy the painting from Medovsky.
When did we find that?
Name rings a bell?
I don't remember.
Did you find anything else about him?
No, we were in a hurry.
Maybe this guy is Gainin and not
What about the
actually
police?
Interpol.
Ah, the good Father Simeon. Well, something spooked him, that's for sure.
So I gather.
He kept saying La Maledizione was evil.
Perhaps he's right. It certainly caused evil, hasn't it? I'll take leads from anyone, Mr. Stobbart, even a crazy priest. Let's keep in touch. Thank you for your help. Coffee's on me, or rather, on Interpol. Miss Collard, Mr. Stobbart.
It's very odd in a story to have somebody come in and save us. And that's the only way we would have gotten out of that room.
He seems to be on top of things.
I agree.
You know, Nico, this could start getting dangerous.
Could?
You think Langham's right about Medovsky?
Well, he appears to be on the ball.
This feels like this might be the end of the first part of the game.
He was English, Nico. They're all cute to you.
Hidden depths too.
Oh yeah? Well, what about my hidden depths?
You showed me those long ago, George. Well, I'm off home to write up the story so far. You?
I have to see a woman about a dog. A stuffed dog, that is.
You're talking riddles again, George.
I need to pay Bijou another visit. She's not been completely honest with me.
So let's go to Bijou's apartment and then let's save. We're running a little late here.
Bijou had told me she didn't have anything to do with the business. But Lane said the opposite. One of them was lying.
So let's go ahead and save here. That did feel like that might have been the end of part 1. But it's really, really hard to tell, and I doubt they're going to just say end of episode 1. And if that was the end of episode 1, that certainly wouldn't have been that fulfilling. We are still only at 34%. So if that is correct, that indicator, there's way, way too much more game going on. It's taking way too long. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.